Joined by Clifford Young. He's the president of IPSOS, a U.S. market research team. Welcome, Cliff.
Welcome. It's great to be here.
Bitter, nasty tone, and no handshakes in the beginning. Have we ever seen two presidential candidates on a stage enter the stage and not shake hands?
No, not at all. This has been a very sort of high energy and downright low sort of campaign so far between the two.
Okay, so the locker room talk that Trump basically, referencing the now infamous vulgar video from 2005 about groping women, deflecting questions about sexual aggression by bringing up ISIL. I mean, did this strategy or did his antics work?
Well, there wasn't much he could do. I mean, he had to go into the debates, be contrite.
Was he contrite?
Well, he tried to be. He tried to be. I don't think he was. I don't think the polling suggests that people think he was. Indeed, if you look at the post-debate polling, and he did worse than Clinton. He did better than the first debate, but worse than Clinton in this debate. But he tried to be contrite. He tried to move around it. He tried to coordinate it off and talk about the issues. I don't think his pivoting was so effective, but that's the only real strategy he had, given the events that had occurred.
What about the whole debate about Clinton's emails and threatening to put her in jail if he's elected president? Yet another first in this presidential campaign.
Yes, so very aggressive. It did resonate with the base. And so let's be quite clear. Those who support Trump like to hear that. More generally, the average voter, the independent, was a little bit taken back. And indeed, it reflects in the post-debate polling.
There was so much question after the release of these videotapes from 2005 where he talks about groping women and defections within the Republican Party. Did he come out better, Trump, after this debate?
Yeah, I believe he came out better. To say he's staunch to bleed, I would not say that. Indeed, the polling right now, if you take the average of all the polling, Clinton's up by 6 points, and this is before the tape came out. So I expect even a greater sort of widening between Clinton and Trump over the next week or so.
What about issues of substance that people talk about and care about? Some of the viewers, some of the people in the audience ask questions. Did it seem they truly understand their positions on Syria, for example?
Yeah, exactly. This is not an electoral cycle to talk about policy. It's one to talk about character. And really the central attribute, which will be the driver of the decision about who a voter is going to vote for, is whether the candidate can be presidential. And that was really sort of the dynamic we saw last night and in the first debate as well.
Do you think it changed any minds, Cliff?
No, I actually don't. And perhaps on the Republican side, he reinforced a bit that he should be the Republican candidate. But I think for the most part, except for that 5 to 7% that are undecided, that probably still are undecided, just reinforce existing views.
And what are you going to be looking for in their third and final debate?
Well, once again, he has to go in and show himself to be presidential. I don't think he did a great job in the first debate. He did a slightly better job in the last debate. And that's key for him, to show himself to be presidential, to basically talk about the specific issues. And for Clinton, a tie is a good thing. For her, she's ahead by 6 to 8. Even if she comes out of the last debate tied, or even a little bit behind, that's good for her.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Clifford Young, thank you so much. A pleasure.
Well, thank you. It was great.